Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we are with our second video since I started back up, and we are going to be getting into a very important topic that is very relevant for a lot of you out there, and that is back to school tips for a successful start to your school year. Whether you're going into middle school, high school, or college, these tips can really help. So if you're interested in what I have to say, just keep watching. So tip number one, if you're taking notes, I have got 5 tips total. Tip number one, establish a routine. So what this means is set a bedtime that you will go to bed Monday through Friday. That will be your bedtime, and a wake up time as well. So I know everybody says get at least 8 hours of sleep. I feel like everybody knows how much sleep they need to function, and that typically runs anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours. I know there are some of you crazies out there who sleep like 3 hours a night, but it's just really good to establish a routine, because not only will you be getting the amount of sleep that you need, but your body will get used to eventually going to bed and waking up at the same time. So let's just say that you decide to go to bed at 10 o'clock and wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. You'll be getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and when it hits like 10 o'clock, your body will start to feel tired. So then over time, as you keep doing it, your body will start to, around 10 o'clock, be like, okay, hey, it's time to go to bed. So then you'll get into that routine, and then whenever it hits 6 or 7 o'clock, you might even beat your alarm, because your body will just get adjusted to this new routine. And so then you won't have to be so all over the place. Oh, I went to bed at midnight one night, went to bed at 8 o'clock the other night, all over the place. So it's just really good to get a routine, and also to decide on little things like whether or not you are a morning shower or a night shower. But I just feel like having that stability just really sets you up for a really good start to school. So also, one tip that I have on here that goes underneath this first one is please eat breakfast. This is something that I didn't really do a whole lot in high school, is I would just skip breakfast, but then I'd be all crabby and hungry, and I just was really out of focus. So please eat breakfast, and please drink water when you wake up, because I guarantee you that'll be a game changer. So just try it, eat breakfast, even if that's just a banana or a piece of fruit or Captain Crunch, I don't know. Eat breakfast, drink some water, and then go to school, okay? All right, so tip number 2, prep for your mornings. I cannot stress this enough, because if you're anything like me, mornings are not fun. Waking up in the morning is hard to do when you have to go to school. So what you want to do to make your morning so much easier when you wake up: number 1, put your phone across the room or buy an alarm clock so that you need to physically get up in order to turn it off. So if you're somebody who is on your phone before you go to bed or sets an alarm on your phone, do yourself a favor, take your phone, go put it on your dresser next to you, or put it across the room on a table or something like that, or go to the store and buy an alarm clock, because those things are loud. There is no not hearing those things. Sometimes if you forget to turn up your volume all the way, or you turn up your ringer, then it can be really easy to like not hear your alarm or to miss it. So it would probably be best to just go buy an alarm clock, set it across the room, so whenever your alarm goes off, you have no choice but to actually get up, walk across the room, and to turn it off. And if you're like me, once I get out of bed, it's easy to stay out of bed and not go back into it. So this will really help you just get up and get ready to go. Lay out your outfit the night before. This will definitely save you time, because it will take you a long amount of time if you don't prep the night before. I know some people are just wake up, throw on some sweats, and get ready to go, but there are those people out there, and I'm one of them, where you wake up and you think you know what you want to wear, but then you spend 20 minutes looking for an outfit, and nobody needs to waste that amount of time. So take 5 minutes before you go to bed, go through your closet, pick out an outfit, lay it out, and have it ready to go, so that when you wake up, you know what you're wearing, there's no questioning. Also, load up your backpack with any necessary books, homework. If you pack your lunch, put that in the refrigerator, have that ready to go, so that when you're in the morning, you're not scrambling around like, where's my backpack? Or you accidentally forget one of your textbooks. So when you plan your outfit, have your bag packed and ready to go. Put your books in there, put your pencils in there, just anything that you need, have it zipped up, put your shoes next to it, so that you get dressed, and then as soon as you're ready to go and have to leave, you can just grab your bag and go. You're not running around looking for stuff. Tip number 3, make a weekly schedule. I know that this sounds tiring and it just sounds like it's over the top, but this is something that I learned in college and I wish that I would have done it my entire high school career. So let me pull mine up on my laptop. All right, so I know this is gonna be hard to read and I apologize in advance, but I just wanna show you guys to give you an outline of what I did for my weekly schedule in college. So I accounted for things that were constant, like classes, work, things like that. For you high schoolers, it may be sports schedules, things that you know that you will have consistently every week. So I accounted for that. And so what you do is you line up your Monday through Friday, or in this case, I did Monday through Sunday. And on this side, also by the way, this is an Excel spreadsheet. So what you're gonna do is you lay out Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday. And so what I did was I did half-hour increments starting from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. And so what I did was I color-coded things on my schedule like work, classes, and I also made time for things like youth group, like groups that I had outside of classes. And this is so important. I scheduled out time for homework and assignments, and I know that sounds unnecessary, but it seriously helped because when I was looking at my schedule throughout the week, when the week started, I knew exactly when I had time to sit down and do my homework, which helped so much. So please schedule out time for homework. And I know it may not take some of you that long to do your homework, but it's good to have the time scheduled out so that even if you do finish, then you just have leftover time. I scheduled out for things like practicing piano. So for those of you who are in band, practicing your instruments, those of you who are in sports, making sure to exercise. I put running/exercise in here. So this is just a really cool way to see how your week lays out. So you know exactly when you have time to do homework, you know exactly when your classes are throughout the day. And this can be for you too, high schoolers. You can literally write out your school day and write out your order of classes. So you know exactly where you'll be at what time, and you know when you have time to do certain things like assignments, exercise, sports practices. Okay, so this tip underneath this point underneath this tip is for college students. So I know that in high school, a lot of times they don't show your assignments starting at the beginning of the school year, but with college, you get syllabi at the beginning of the semester. So something that is really cool to do is to take all of your syllabi, and trust me, what I'm about to say is a lot of work. When I did this, it took me probably about a good hour or two. So I printed out all of my college syllabi, looked at it, lined up all the dates, and I went through and I laid out all of my assignments for the semester. So I did, again, an Excel spreadsheet, and I had, it's gonna be hard to see again, but I'm just gonna try to point it out my best. So I had September, October, November, and December all at the bottom. And then right here on this side, I had the month, the day. I color-coded each class so that I could see which class it was for, and then I had what the assignment was. And so the difference for the color coordination of this part right here was, this is what was due each week. Because in this particular semester, a lot of my assignments were due on weekends because I was online. So these were what were due for each week. So pink was the first week, blue was the second week, and then pink again was the third week. These were all the colors for my classes, and then these were the actual assignments. So I'm gonna go just show you really quick for September. Whenever I had finished an assignment, I would highlight the whole thing and check it off in green. So then by the time this whole thing was filled out, I would know I completed all of my assignments. So this is just an example. I have another version of this where everything's green because I finished that semester, but I just wanted to show you guys that's another really cool way to just keep your assignments in check, because I know for a fact that there have been those times in college where I'm like, oh my goodness, this assignment is due tonight. Or you look and you're like, I completely forgot about this assignment. So doing this will help you save that worry and that panic. All right, so tip number 4 is find time to unwind / take care of yourself. This is really important. And I know that life can get busy and we can just put things in front of it, but just make sure you're finding time to just relax and unwind. So whether that means putting your phone away for an hour before bed or watching an episode or two, maybe 3 of your favorite show. Make it something that is catered to you, but make sure that it's intentional relaxation. There have been times where I have had free time and I'll sit down and I'll just binge watch 5 episodes of a TV show, but then you just feel really anxious afterwards because you feel like that there's something you're supposed to be doing. So watching shows or being on your phone doesn't always equal intentional relaxation, because I don't always leave those things feeling relaxed. So make sure that it's your version of intentional. A few examples of this are, you could do a face mask, you could read a book, you could sit and talk with your family. I know that that's something that now in my life I love to sit down and do. I'll just go over my in-laws' house, or I'll talk to my parents on the phone, and it's just like having those times with your family to sit down and just talk and unwind from the day is really nice. And also to just catch up with everybody, or if you were to call a friend or just something like that. If you're somebody that loves to write, I highly recommend journaling. I try to do my devotions as often as possible. It's really nice to just sit down and write out my thoughts of the day, write out my thoughts to God, and to read my Bible and stuff like that. So just make sure that you're doing something that really just sets your mind at ease. And I know that this can vary from day to day. You may not always have as much time on a Monday to unwind as you would on a Tuesday. So honestly, if it's 5 minutes or 20 minutes, just make sure that it's intentional. All right, so my 5th and final tip for this video, and this may hit some people right in the feels, but I'm just gonna say it anyway because it's gonna save you a lot of time and worry with starting out school. Steer clear of the tea. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. The drama, the gossip, you name it. Steer clear of it, okay? So I know I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you from the standpoint of somebody who's gone through high school and gone through college, the drama is not worth pursuing. It's really not. I know that it can be all-consuming, but please don't compromise your character to be caught up on the latest gossip. It's not worth it. And I know that it can be really hard to stand up sometimes when the people around you are gossiping or talking bad about somebody, but wouldn't you want somebody to do the same for you? If you heard somebody gossiping about you, wouldn't you want a friend or somebody who knew you to stand up and say something in your defense? And I know that it's really hard to do that sometimes, but please just be the bigger person, okay? Even if you don't feel confident enough to tell somebody, oh, hey, you know, we shouldn't be gossiping, all this stuff, just refuse to be a part of it, to be honest. Like, you don't have to engage in it. And I know that it's something that's, oh, it's cool to get caught up on what's going on, to spill the tea, to get caught up on the latest drama, but just be the bigger person, be the example. Words have the power to speak life or death over somebody, to lift somebody up or to tear somebody down. So please be careful with your words. In order to counteract negative ones, you say positive things. So just a quick example of this is, if one of your friends comes to you and she is talking about another one of your friends and she says, I can't believe she would do this to me, she's such a horrible person, all this stuff, something that you could say is, you know, I know that she may act this way, but you have no idea what's going on in her life. Because a lot of times when people act out at you, it's because of a heart issue, something that's going on at their heart. And it's a lot of the time not even towards you. You know, a lot of times when somebody is mean, somebody picks on them, it's because they're insecure about something themselves. So when somebody approaches you with something like that and they're like, how dare this person do this to me? Just say, you know, that is frustrating. It is really frustrating when people are mean to you, when people aren't kind to you, but you have no idea what's going on in their life. And that's not to say that they should be mean to you, because they shouldn't. But what you should do is just not be mean back to them, because what's that gonna solve? You being mean to somebody who's being mean to you, it's just a circle. It'll keep going round and round. So just be the bigger person, counteract negative words with kind words, and remove yourself from that situation. Remove yourself from it. All right, so that's my spiel. Establish a routine, prep for your mornings, make a weekly schedule, find time to unwind / take care of yourself, and steer clear of the tea. All right? And for those of you that are feeling anxious, let me just take a quick second to pray with you. So if you would please bow your heads with me, that'd be awesome. Dear Heavenly Father, I just pray right now for those people who are watching that are going back to school. I just pray that whether it's high school, middle school, college, any of the above. I just pray that you would give them peace. I pray that any anxious thoughts or feelings would flee in the name of Jesus. I pray that you would give them your peace that passes all understanding. And I just pray that they would walk into the school year with confidence, knowing that you are with them every step of the way, and that they would be a light to people around them, and be an example of love and light. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. I hope you guys have an amazing start to your school year. And if you guys have any other prayer requests, as always, you can leave them in the comments below. It's going to be a great year, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye.